Welcome back, folks, to the Jimmy O Show here with you with the latest edition of a victorious Wave team. After Tulane went up to Temple, took care of business on the road with a final score of 37-13 against the Temple Owls in a game that, made lots of us nervous. As it turns out, these boys had something different in mind. They went up and absolutely took care of business with a resounding win against a team that's been scrappy all year long. And that sets us up with for one final game at home on Saturday after Thanksgiving, to wrap up the regular season. Hopefully, to push the Wave to 10-2 and into a position to host the conference championship game. I'm Jimmy Ordeneaux, of course, Jimmy O, and bringing this to you on behalf of the Fear the Wave network. Happy to have you here. Please be sure to check out our website, fearthewavecollective.com, to see how you can subscribe and become part of the Fear the Wave family, supporting the fine student athletes of Tulane University. With that out of the way, I'm going to go around and introduce our guests here. You'll recognize some of these faces, and some of these faces are new. So I'll go around and say what they want, and then we'll get started. First of all, first time guest, probably won't be his last time I've had the guest. We got the offensive player of the week, Jamauri McClue. How you doing today, Jamauri?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing great, man. Welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. He is joined by our special teams player of the week, whose leg might be a little sore after all the work he put in Philadelphia, 5 for 5 in the field goal department, including a 50-yarder. Patrick Durkin, how you doing, Patrick?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, man. Great to have you. And of course, our defensive player of the week, the man's been a terror in opposing backfields, been living in opposing backfields here down this home stretch. Yesterday was no different. Number 6 in the program, number 1 in your hearts, Kam Hamilton. Cam, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, sir. Great to have you again. And of course, none of this gets done without the next guys I'm about to introduce, without the job takers and the work that it's become quite a competition among these guys, different faces every week. Guys putting in hard work at practice. Our offensive job taker of the week, Josh Brantley, whose Ruston team is still in the playoffs. We just covered that. How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. And then he is joined by the special teams job taker of the week, our Pride of Catholic High in Baton Rouge, about 5 minutes from where I'm sitting right now. Harold Lawson, how you doing, Harold?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing great, buddy. And then last but certainly not least, our first-time guest, again, won't be the last, a defensive job taker of the week out of St. Aug in New Orleans, Warren Roberts Jr. How you doing, Warren?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing great, buddy. Doing great. All right. Well, let's get it kicked off, man. We look, I went through all the reasons why that game could have been bad in our pregame show. Look, second time on grass. It's going to be the coldest game we played. It's the furthest we travel, and all of these different things. And, Temple's kind of been tough here and there. And then y'all went up and absolutely took care of business. I guess, Jamari, I want to start with you on this one. 100-yard rushing day. It looks like we pounded outside zone about 15 times in that game. Just kind of running down their throat. Let's start with giving some love, man. How about those boys up front, Shadre, DG, the rest of the offensive line, and the work they did in the run game to kind of help clear the way for you to that strong performance on the ground.
I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without them boys. I really appreciate them. They put in work every week just like I do. Nothing but love.
Yeah, man. I was getting a kick out. I was watching that film and just like the physicality, really, and this goes to all sides of the ball. I mean, the physicality we brought. That's a team that's trying to be a physical team. They're trying to be tough guys. They got a tough-minded coach and all that, bro. But we brought the fight to them. And it wasn't just the offensive line. It was the running of you and Javen Duda got in there, Zaberi got in there. I mean, everybody, we were bringing the punch to them on offense. Did you kind of feel like as the game was going on, we kind of got them in a place where they were kind of done, they were ready to move on out to the next one?
Yeah, pretty much. But like, I feel like they played to the end, but for the most part, we were just running down their throat. They really couldn't stop us. It ain't nothing against them. It's just how we prepared and just was ready for them. Just they couldn't stop us. I see it.
Yeah, that's right. And look, I mean, the biggest difference I thought was, and I talked with Coach Craddock yesterday on it. Watching some of these reps, just the timing of it. That timing seemed to have gotten a lot better over the course of the season, and that timing zone. Whereas earlier season we were kind of, and not saying just you, just all the running backs, kind of hitting it a little fast. So we didn't quite have the second level totally engaged yet, not hitting the hole at the right time, and then now, like, you watch rep after rep, and there were a couple where you just sat and you waited, you trusted, and then once the seam was there and hit it, has that been a point of emphasis, kind of working as in terms of everybody, all 11 working on the same time frame to execute the run plays?
Oh yeah, just mainly with the running backs. Like one of our big coaching points, our coach be telling us to be patient and just trust what we see. And like as long as we do that, we have trust for our O line. We just gonna hit it whenever we see it. As long as we patient, they gonna get it open for it because they some dogs.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, he's talking about his coach. I'll kick it to you, Warren Roberts. Coach Brock Hayes at formerly a Carr High School. We know the Purple Knights are still in the playoffs. Can the Purple Knights make it to the finals and take out Carr along the way?
Oh, of course, my answer is going to be yes.
That's a tough.
It's
a tough question.
It's going to be a good game, but I'm always going to take my team. So
As you should, man. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. I want to ask you though about the prep for this week. You're a edge defender, Bandit. Are you still playing Bandit on the scout team as well? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought number 25 for Temple, who kind of was the edge guy there. Look, he was a player, man. Like he was a guy who kind of jumped out when you watch some film coming in, and then again on Saturday made some plays. Just what did you see as you were watching the game in terms of our ability to sort of control the edge of the line of scrimmage? We were able to he's obviously trying to set the edge on runs and so forth, and we were able to control the edge for the most part, and keep the pocket clean mostly on Saturday. Sort of, did you kind of see him as the guy that we needed to be able to contain, to kind of keep the havoc at a minimum and execute on offense?
Yeah, coming into scout team meetings when I was like watching the film on them, I realized that like he was a good pass rusher, and like if I wanted to give the scout team O-line a good look, I would have to like at least give them a good look and try to pass rush like he can. They said he was going inside a lot, so throughout the whole week I was trying to give the O-line the inside look, a little bit of outside, but mostly inside look. See how that worked. I think they did pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to show that. Yeah, no, look, I give him credit. Like I was like, why? He was kind of the guy that stood out, but you can't be all outside all the time. Even slow guys like me were able to take out the all speed all the time rusher, right? Like you got to be able to cut it back inside. You got to be able to threaten at least that inside post foot of mine in order to kind of keep me in check so that you can beat me around the edge. And I'm not half the player Derek Graham and Reese Baker are. So but credit to him for giving us a couple moments that we didn't like in that game. But I thought the prep. Could you kind of see Jamauri, the other running backs, the offensive line, just the tight ends, like that running game kind of coming on, like as you evaluated over the course of the season, sort of feel like that running game has been developing. We kind of getting to the point where we might be saving our best stuff for the very end of the season.
Yeah, I definitely like throughout the week I see him how hard they work throughout the run game. I see a lot how important they treat their blocking scheme. Like they make sure they communicate well, make sure they have everything correct. If not, they're gonna restart it. They're gonna keep restarting until they get right. So yeah, I definitely see throughout the week how they've been putting their work in the run game.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, man. And the offense certainly did its job, but on those drives where they did not get it quite where they needed to get it, it's always nice to have a guy like Patrick Durkin sitting there to clean everything up. Patrick, I got to tell you, man, it's a good feel. I was on the sideline in Philly and I'm watching this, and these drives will break down in the high red zone, whatever, and just for me not to have any kind of change in pulse when I see you coming out on the field, just kind of knowing those 3 points are dang near automatic, man. It's a good feeling. It does. Are you at that point where you just you trust your technique, trust the operation, and have a high degree of confidence that every kick's gonna flip the uprights?
Yeah, I think my confidence is at an all-time high right now. But that's really all credit to guys like Jason and Alec because they make my life easy with the snap and hold. They've been giving me great looks all season, and then the guys up front that block for me. So I feel like I have an easy job just because those guys make my life so easy.
Yeah, I got to tell man. Look, last time you were on here, I gave you a hard time about the fake and not getting home on it. I thought there was that situation in the game where we got it to like we how does this work? We went for it, 4th and 2 or 3 from like the 30, made it, and then we got to another 4th and 1 around the 20, which is normally a go situation. And when I saw you trotting out, I'm like, Patrick might be getting a chance to redeem himself. I thought we were going to see the legs again, but we did just kick it to go up 16, which was probably the right call. But I was getting excited for you, man. I thought you were going to get a chance to shine on that. Just it had to feel good. I think was that your first 50-yarder in a game, or have you had that opportunity before?
No, sir, we had a 50-yarder earlier in the season versus South Al.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I think in the right conditions, you might be able to hit one from 60 or so. I'd love to see you get that opportunity at some point. But it's got to feel good to notch another 50 though, and start accumulating multiples of those.
Yeah, 100%. I think every field goal feels good, but those 50s are like, especially the first one, I feel like it was like a momentum shift. Like it kept the kind of like the good things were just kept on happening with that, and the momentum kind of kept going with that. So felt like it just brought a little juice to the team. So yeah, I was happy about that.
Yeah, good deal, man. And then the kickoffs were on point once again. Harold, you're a special teamer. Work is like I was impressed by the staying on task by the coverage units. They're bringing the juice after every touchback. They're still recovering it like it's going to be caught on the one, man. Like, has that been a point of emphasis in the special teams room? Hey, look, man, you don't ever know when, Patrick's going to give up those 2 or 3 returns over the whole course of the season. When that one's going to come, you got to be ready. You got to cover whatever. I saw Coach, the special teams coaches were sort of meeting the guys coming off the field, trying to bring some juice there. Is that always a point of emphasis in that room?
Yes, sir, for sure. Coach Galante makes that like a big emphasis. Like when we go over like film after games, just which guys are bringing the most juice and being able to like keep the same speed from the first kickoff to the last kickoff. Because I mean, when Durkin's out there, we expect a touchback, but you never know with the wind and everything. But if we play with speed, most guys are gonna like fair catch, as you've seen, like most teams do. So just being able to bring juice and having speed is like the big emphasis for us every special teams meeting.
Yeah, yes, sir. And they were a little different in their operation on the punt unit. I mean, we do see rugby style guys every now and then, but they were sort of wider splits, I thought, and he was kind of variable in which way he would go with the rugby kick. And it looked like we got close a few times. Was that something that sort of relatively unusual punt thing, something that we had to actually emphasize more this week in preparation, just because it's not something we saw every week?
Yes, sir, for sure. It was definitely something we haven't seen as much as probably other teams might. But we have Alec Clark, so he was able to give us the look. The day he punts is normally Tuesday, so he gave the the PBR team a scout look because he knew how to hit the same ball as the Temple punter. So we emphasized that on that day, and he was able to give us the look.
Yeah, yeah, it was it's good. I thought we were going to get one. I know, I guess it's the nature of that type of kick. It sometimes looks close, but I thought our guys did a real good job out there of getting being disciplined in the rush, right? Like not overextending, not running into the kicker. It's almost like they're trying to invite a penalty with some of the looks they give. But our guys did a good job of lane discipline and also not lunging or throwing themselves into the kicker. And once again a clean game, no special teams penalties. So I had all around great effort by the special teams unit. Do you agree?
Yes, sir, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then let me flip over to the defense. Cam, man, it's getting to be quite a habit to see you whipping tackles and guards and living in the quarterback's backfield. I don't think they like to see number 6 coming at
Like that.
them.
Yeah. Um, the offense gave it a great look. So it's kind of easy for me to get to the quarterback in the backfield. Like without the offense in the 13, it would be hard for me to get to the backfield.
Yeah, look, man, you lucky is not you're lucky. It's full contact. Cause Josh, man, he can bring a punch as a running back. Josh is a scout team running back now. He ain't a little scat back. He's a big boy. You're lucky he ain't dropping that shoulder on you and making you work. It's just done, man. You just gotta wrap him up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, he kind of fast too.
Yeah, I know, man. You got a few things going, huh? We're gonna get to Josh in a second, but look, Cam, just really, I mean, I like to keep it light with you, but really, ever since probably the Memphis game, I don't know if it's something in response to UTSA or what, but I've just seen your level of play rise, man. It's really just coming on at the right time in the season as we head down this stretch. Is that something that you feel, or is it just something that, hey, look, it just the results are showing in more frequently now, but the process has always been the same, or has it been something where you just feel like you really locked in and have been excuse me, and have been able to be more disruptive?
Well, I do more road after practice, so I keep locking in. Never change my focus. So I keep like practicing on my still. Like I be patient. Even though I wasn't making a play earlier, but I'm trying to get a good look from my team.
Yeah. Well, like right, like just do the right things, and eventually the results will come, and that's been there for certain. And I mean, look, you've shown your versatility. Obviously you've come in, you were more of an interior player first couple years, and now, I mean, now you're an edge guy, man. I mean, you seem very comfortable on the edge these days, and doing good stuff, man. So appreciate everything you've been doing for us.
No problem.
Yeah, man. And Josh, look, I don't know, man. Is it as bad for you when you see that front seven of this team lining up and staring at you in practice as it is for some of these opponents we playing? I mean, they're a pretty good group overall. Led by Cam, but there's a whole bunch of them up there that can play some ball, huh?
Yes, sir. I mean, I just go out to practice. And like I just try to have fun. So like I know me being out there helps the whole defense. Like Cam said, if it weren't for the scout team giving him the look, then he probably wouldn't be making those same plays in game. But when I line up at running back, I just feel like it's my job to do the best I can to give them the like better in-game reps. So I mean, I ain't gonna say I get scared, but it's like, ooh, these are some big boys.
Well, I know, and look, I mean, I couldn't block any of them myself. I mean, so I know those young linemen, they probably struggled. Now look, my boy Gresham, you got some dudes now in that group. Don't get me wrong, but Santana's a handful, man. Cam's a handful. Harvey's a handful. It is what it is. So just give them the best look you can and help them get better. And that's the thing. I mean, and I go back to the point I made earlier with this job taker group, like we got real competition on this roster now, right? Like we got real players that are pushing people to be better now. And so what you see is this team as the season progresses, instead of sort of staying the same, this team has kind of raised its level of play. And that's because week over week we get the work we get 1 through 110 or how many people on this roster. And so it's a credit really to you all. And obviously your time's going to come to be a player of the week. And we've had lots of job takers on this show become a player of the week eventually. So that time's going to come, but just keep grinding, man, because it give you that word of encouragement because none of this happens without the effort that y'all are putting in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to stay with you for a second because now this is the most important part of the show. It's Thanksgiving week, boys. And let's see, everybody on this call. Wait, Patrick, where are you from again?
Chicago.
Oh, yeah. I thought so. Everybody but Patrick's from the South, right? Now, Patrick, you're going to have an interesting take on this, but I'm going to start with Josh. Okay, Thanksgiving. You can pick anyone, right? Right. So we got the main courses. We got hams, we got turkeys, we got all that, right? You can pick that. We got appetizers, of course, and then we got our sides. And then Thanksgiving desserts are the best too. But give me the number one. If there was only one Thanksgiving food you can have on Thursday, what's your first round draft pick?
I'm going with ham.
All right. Okay. Strong choice. Let's see what kind of meal we can put together. Jamauri, what you got, man? What's your first round pick from coming from Alabama? You might have something a little different than these Louisiana guys.
I would say ham too. He already picked that. I'm gonna pick a side. I'm gonna go with potato salad.
Okay.
Okay. I might judge, but you gotta try my mama's shit. So.
Your mom's potato salad?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can qualify it however you want. If it's not any potato salad, it's Jamauri's mom's potato salad is the first round pick. Shout out to mom. Look, make sure she watches the show on Fear the Wave on YouTube. All right.
I got you.
Hey, look, you give mom love like that to the people. You make sure she sees it. That's the brownie points you need.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see who we got next. Harold, we're gonna kick it to you, man. The Baton Rouge guy. What's the? I'm waiting for like a curveball, like a gumbo or something. But let's see what you got, Harold.
I was about to say duck and sausage gumbo. My mom.
There you go. Beautiful. Yeah. Hey, the duck. As much as I love a chicken and sausage gumbo, the duck's just a little extra special. So mom's duck and sausage gumbo. Man, look what we got so far. So far on the plate, guys, we got us a bowl, duck and sausage gumbo. We're gonna start with that, and then we got ham and potato salad. We need some more on that plate. Cam, another Baton Rouge area guy. Cam, what you got?
I was about to say gumbo, but I would say mac and cheese. I love cheese. Mac and cheese. I like that.
You like me. Now look, gumbo could be your first round pick, but you like me. It's like I gotta have a complete meal here. So I'm gonna round out with another side. I like that. That's a good call. Classic. All right. Now here he is. Patrick's gonna come in over the top for the dunk because he's coming from Chicago. He's gonna give us a different take on it. All right. Patrick, what you got, man?
I would say my grandma's mashed potatoes.
There we go. All right. See, strong. Very strong. So all right. So we're not through it yet. We still got Warren to round us out, Warren. So far we got gumbo, we got ham, we got mashed potatoes, his grandma's mashed potatoes. We got Jamauri's mom's potato salad, and we got mac and cheese. What you got?
Since Cam already picked the mac and cheese, I'm gonna go dressing.
Oh yeah. Can't go wrong with the dressing. My
Yeah.
wife's from Mississippi, man. They do a different they do a cornbread dressing. My
Cornbread.
people do like they call it bread dressing, but it's really like ground meat and some breadcrumbs and some spicy. It's nice, but they do the cornbread dressing there. But you really can't go wrong. My only question with dressing is, it's so good on Thanksgiving. Why don't we eat it every other day of the year, right? Like why is dressing only on one day on one day out of the year thing? Dressing's good, but I don't know. That's for somebody else to answer. All right, so look, y'all didn't do any dessert. As you can tell, I like my dessert. So Jimmy O's gonna top it off. It's hard because there's a few, but I'm gonna go with pecan pie. Maybe a pecan pie a la mode, man. We're gonna put some ice cream on it. Y'all think we can finish our Thanksgiving meal that way? All right, that's good, man. I think we did a pretty good job. Now that we got everybody hungry, maybe we'll tell them to wait and listen on Thursday morning to make sure get their appetite right. But guys, I do appreciate all you joining me here today. I know y'all got a week of work, but please do enjoy your Thanksgiving with your families, with each other, whatever the situation may be. We got a lot to be thankful for here in Green Wave Nation, including all of our subscribers and all of our listeners who support you guys and do what they can to help the program. And we're, on behalf of the entire collective, guys, I can't thank all of you subscribers enough for all you do. We wish you, all these players, and everybody affiliated with the Green Wave football team a happy Thanksgiving, and let's go roll wave on Saturday. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you for having us.